Dude, real quick, pop quiz. What's the proper ratio when making a beer plum?
50% onion, 25% carrots, celery.
God damn, you're good. I love you, man.
You know what? What? Ex bitches start calling me up when they see me on the cover of the weekly bleeding. Little girl screaming, it's like I'm a beetle. They tugging at my belt and reaching for my penis. Intravenous, skin tight zebra, and Legata Davida. I'm a golden retriever, turning water into wine like Jesus. 18-wheeler, I bought a pager for my bitch and a phone for my dealer. To all you Pittsburgh Steelers and your Dallas Cowboys, I'm an LA Raider. Running down the hall from the principal with a trench coat on like I killed some fools. Take me home. All the ladies in the place, throw your hands up. Take you home and take your pants off. Take me home. All the ladies in the place, throw your hands up. Leave me alone. I'm gonna take you home and take your pants off. Take me home. All the ladies in the place think I'm handsome. Leave me alone. You're gonna take me home and take my pants off. Take me home. All the ladies in the place, throw your hands up.
Alright, so it's fucking almost 3:30 and I was supposed to be here like 4 fucking hours ago. I finally know where I'm at. I'm on my way to visit my grandparents' grave. Oh shit, there's cotton. Check it out. Cotton. Yeah, ain't that fucking cool? Saturday night, we are going to Fort Monroe. Thank God I'm not driving because I am fried as a fucking cucumber. That makes no sense, but just kind of emphasizing the actual point of that statement. Saturday night in Hampton, Virginia. Woo, woo! But yeah, put somebody that's threatening suicide in the car with you. Let them drive around with you for like 20 minutes, and all of a sudden they will be having a newfound appreciation for life. They'll be like, no, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, I don't want to die. Meanwhile, you're like, wee!
Can't me neither. I just
trying to figure out how the fuck I got back home. Oh my God, we're gonna be... We got a lot of stuff to shoot. We got a lot of, and by shoot I mean film, just in case anybody needs some clarification on that. But yeah, Tuesday we're gonna probably have to go across and do the Surrey thing on the way to the Berkeley plantation thing so that we can film Bacon's Castle and the peanut thing, or the ham thing. So Tuesday's gonna be fucking history of the United States 101. But they haven't harvested the peanuts, and they even got fucking cotton growing up by the goddamn Dollar General store, which is the most country fucking thing I've ever seen. And it's the punk rock attitude of, okay, we got, you know, this to work with, we want to film this, we'll do what we can with what we got. And well, if you had been walking down this street, oh, I don't know, 40 years ago, you would see probably a 3-foot tall version of me walking with my grandfather, maybe learning how to ride my bike. And yeah, it's a trip coming back down here. It's, I don't know, fucking 6 a.m. I had to go get coffee. I forgot to get creamer at Mike's place yesterday. And so it's either sitting around and wait for Mike to get his ass up, or me coming down, getting coffee, taking a walk. And it's just, yeah, I don't know, man. It's bizarre. No.
She's only 17. Who you gonna call when you need a hand? Mickey Apollon, the handyman. And who the motherfucker with the tool in his pants? Mickey Apollon, the handyman. Who you gonna call when you need a hand? Mickey Apollon, the handyman. And who the motherfucker with the tool in his pants? Mickey Apollon, the handyman.
So, this is the Cat. This is probably one of the oldest strip clubs in the area, and this is also where I kind of got my start. See, back in the 70s, my uncle actually used to own this spot, and my mom worked here as a dancer. And, well, my mom was such a badass chick that my old man up in Richmond, who also owned another strip club, he heard about her, drove all the way down here from Richmond, met up with my mom, and yeah, 2 years later, hi, I'm the result of that unholy union. Now, here's the funny thing. A couple of years later, my mom and stepdad ended up buying this spot, and, well, they turned it into one of the most successful clubs in the area. You got to understand. Mercury Boulevard's over there, Warwick Boulevard's over there, fucking Shipyard's over there, and we're surrounded by military. Not only that, but for a long time, we were also the only strip club in the area that actually had a liquor license. Everybody else, it was beer and wine. We were the only ones that actually served hard alcohol. And we ended up selling it to the current owner back in, I believe, 96 or some shit, before we opened another restaurant. Still alive and thriving to this day. Obviously, I'm not really into strip clubs anymore, so I'm not going to go in. Plus, it's like 7 a.m. on a Tuesday, and even strip clubs have to shut down at some time. But yeah, I mean, this is the strip club that I literally fucking grew up in. So if it wasn't for this, I don't know if I'd be here right now.
Where are we going?
Just look up the Suffolk Peanut Festival. It's down on the airport somewhere.
But,
Exactly.
Another,
Well, it just blows my mind, because back in the day when my grandfather used to work out here at the shipyard, that pier was the James River Bridge.
oh yeah. Red's Pier was the James River Bridge.
Yeah.
That's why it's such a cool fishing pier, because you can obviously tell, like, it's a paved road, and then where they just knocked it off at the end of the pier stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is crab season's still going on. I looked at it, and so, like I said, you know, don't even want to keep them, because obviously we're not going to keep the 2 or 3 crabs and fucking cook those. I mean, unless Julie wants to boil them when we get home. We can have them in our pockets like they're a couple of fucking dead squirrels.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about that shit when I was out hunting in Surrey County with my cousin?
Oh, that's what I used to do too, though. I'd carry, did he have a plastic bag in his pocket, shoot the squirrel, put it in his pocket?
No, this is some redneck shit. So we're out there. We got the video rolling for this, yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
So we're out there on my aunt's property hunting, and we went out there hunting for deer.
Yeah.
Couldn't find no deer, so we decided we're gonna go squirrel hunting. Well, we still got fucking buckshot loaded, and he's got a 12 gauge. I got a 20. This motherfucker got a 12 gauge. And we go out there, and this asshole decides to shoot a squirrel's nest, which is pretty much like just shooting a fucking pinata filled with meat.
Yeah.
And so a couple of squirrels drop out. He thinks that they're both dead, so he puts them in his jacket, got his little hunting jacket on, doesn't even think of nothing. And about 20 minutes later, we're standing there in my aunt's place having a cup of coffee, and all of a sudden I see him feel his pocket go, "I'll be back in a second." And he goes outside, and like a minute later I come out there, and he's got this fucking like squirrel that is very much still alive, with like 2 or 3 things of fucking double-aught buck in its ass, like cannonballs for this thing. I mean, this fucking squirrel had literally been hit with 3 cannonballs. If you look at, yeah, and was still fucking trying to bite my cousin, and still biting like a motherfucker, man.
Yes, they're tree rats.
Dude, after that, man, that's why I'm scared of squirrels. Like, they may look cute as shit.
No, they're rodents. They're tree rats.
Well, and you tell me my motherfucking finger does not look just like a goddamn acorn to a fucking thing with a brain the size of one? At the Peanut Festival. Funnel cakes, peanuts, monster trucks, demolition derbies. Good times to be had by all. God damn, I missed it. You can't do this in Oakland, man. I'm just getting back home. So this little general store back here actually used to belong to my grandparents back in the 50s, and we're on Highway 10, I think, about half mile away from Bacon's Castle. But, well, this building right here behind us, yeah, I know, old school brick building. This is actually the oldest building in the United States, folks. This is called Bacon's Castle, and no, it is not a castle made out of bacon. I know, that's what I thought as a kid. I used to get disappointed all the time. And yeah, it originally had a different name, but is now famous because this was the holdout for a bunch of racist assholes that were slaughtering a bunch of Native Americans indiscriminately. So, to give you a little idea of what was going on at the time, there were 2 main players. There was William Berkeley, an aristocrat from England, kissed enough ass, got appointed governor out here for a while, got kicked out for about 10 years, and then got reappointed governor when he was a little bit older. He ended up hiring some upstart shithead nephew of his by the name of Nathaniel Bacon to come out here and help him out. Well, actually, let me back that up, because Nathaniel Bacon was such a douchebag, he got kicked out of high society in England for marrying some chick without her father's consent. It was some Bridgerton shit. Long story short, his daddy gave him enough money to come out here, buy a couple of plantations, and he came out here was a total racist piece of shit. He wasn't happy with his uncle not indiscriminately killing Native Americans as fast as he would have liked. So he ended up raising a shit ton of men, including indentured servants and a couple of slaves as well, promising them their freedom if they were willing to fight for him. William Berkeley was a total piece of shit. Okay, let me explain that real fast. He was one of the dudes that ended up coming up with a policy where if the kid was born to a slave, guess what? The kid was a slave. But yeah, total racist piece of shit. Nathaniel Bacon ended up dying from dysentery, and William Berkeley ended up getting exiled in England. Like I said, there were no winners to this. And in fact, there were a lot more losers because of the fact that they didn't like the lower class uprising like this, and they enacted a lot more stringent policies that had a major outcome on how slavery became such a prominent factor in the area that we're in right now. If you look around, you can see cotton fields and shit like that. I mean, we're literally in the birthplace of the United States right here, folks. As I said, this is the oldest building in the United States right here. So this is the oldest ham in the world. This thing is literally over 100 years old. We're out here in Smithfield, Virginia. And yeah, apparently this thing got misplaced. They found it, and the guy realized how old it was and just said, you know what, we're not gonna mess with it. And they just kept on aging it. Ironically, even though it is over 100 years old, this thing is still actually edible. It's also on camera, so we can't exactly bust in and take a bite as much as I'd love to. But like, let me ask you this then. Yay or nay, you have to be working in a kitchen for at least 10 years to call yourself a chef. I mean, I don't care how badass you are, you have to have at least 10 years of experience.
Yeah, you got to put it in. You got to put it in. Yeah, so.
The zoologist told us that a kike is so aggressive that it would need to be given anesthesia.
Because people don't understand, like, you have to go through the ups and the downs of various restaurants and various locations, and, you know, it's not just something you can learn out of a textbook in, you know, a couple of years, no matter how thorough it is. And I'm not trying to knock, you know, schools like, you know, CIA and, you know, things like that. I mean, Cordon Bleu in France is hardcore. Like, they don't send out shitty graduates. The CIA will not let you graduate unless you live up to their standards. Or at least that's how it used to be. I don't know how it is today. But you have all these little, I mean, isn't there one over there, don't we have a culinary academy over here in, like, Town Center? Or did?
Yeah, it's still there. ECPI has one over there. And there's another one, Stratford Strayer.
How the fuck do these places get their certifications, or how do I get my teacher's certification?
And then there's CIV in Norfolk. They took over Johnson & Wales' old spot.
I should go become a culinary instructor. That's what we should do.
They don't pay much, and they're all part-time.
Still be fun as shit.
It would be fun.
Oh, I'd have some fucking serious fun as a culinary instructor. I might have to.
In the labs, I don't think I'd like the classroom part that much. But
Oh, I'd get fired in like a semester easily. But it'd be fun to do it and like, have a little tribe of culinary anarchy students.
The powerful cough relief you need. Mind if I rip through your trash? Robitussin honey, because it's never just a
that
cough.
would be fun.
Be like, yeah. Throw away those class books, and yeah, we're gonna do it my way. I'm gonna teach you how to really fucking cook. They don't want you to carry a gun while you're smoking weed.
Well,
here in Virginia,
obviously,
but
but
no, this is one of the few states where I really can do everything, or everything that I do is not illegal here. Like, it's fucking crazy. Or anything I like to do recreationally, or that I feel I should be able to do as an American citizen, I can do in Virginia, and it's not fucking illegal. Like, and growing up here, I never thought that, because you think it's such a...
well, I mean, the fact that I'm able to hit this vape pen. I mean, because think about it, 20 years ago, I would not have been, I'd have been all, looking in the fucking mirrors, making sure there were no undercovers.
Oh, dude,
Because, I mean, goddamn well, and now I'm like...
Back then, too, they were just looking for a reason to pull you over, just so they could, oh, I smell weed, now for sure going to give you a ticket. Now,
Well,
it's a much better setup. I really enjoy living in Virginia now with the laws the way they are here. It's come a long way from 20 years ago.
Well, the laws and the cost of living, my problem
Very
is
much
still
so.
the fucking weather and the goddamn mosquitoes that are bigger than the hummingbirds that
Yeah, very
are,
true. Well, it is a swamp. It's the top of the Dismal Swamp, for sure.
I know, and I mean, that's what people don't understand is, this is literally just swampland.
Yeah.
And it happened to be, the first place that fucking English settlers were able to get a foothold in.
Yeah.
It wasn't even the first place people settled. It was just the first place that, and they literally, even back in the day, it wasn't a matter of, they had great people. They just literally threw numbers at the colonies. They just kept on shipping over boatloads of motherfuckers, and eventually there got to be a foothold, but it's not like I said, they just literally just threw fucking numbers out here at Jamestown until we got a foothold.
Oh, yeah. Everyone died the first winter. I mean, malaria, dysentery. Then the wintertime, just not having supplies ready killed everyone.
Okay, I know exactly where we're at, because now we're back on 60.
Yeah.
What's up, kitty cat? Where we at? Berkeley Plantation. We all think of Thanksgiving as being this big celebration in November that started up in New England with the settlers of Plymouth Rock. Yeah, that's the story we've all been told. Okay, first off, that story is totally whitewashed. Second off, it's total bullshit. Here's the deal. First Thanksgiving in the United States took place right here, where I'm standing. It actually took place on December 4th, 1619, out here on the banks of the James River. You see, some of the first settlers, their company said, hey, listen, the first day you land on this new spot called the Berkeley Plantation, you got to take a day off and give celebration and thanks to Lord. That was part of their legal contract. They had to do it. Oh, it is the kitchen. Sweet. I've cooked in some very strange places, but God only knows. I don't know if I could handle working in the conditions that these folks did. And they were not just doing a couple of meals a day. Some of these folks were doing several hundred meals out of kitchens just like this here. Now, this is a pretty small one by colonial standards, especially by plantation standards. There would have been a couple of different kitchens throughout the plantation, just depending on what kind of meals they were serving, how many guests that they had, things like that. But this was what was considered to be a summer kitchen here in the Berkeley Plantation. And as you can see, everything was pretty much done on hot coals, and they were pretty ingenious with the amount of stuff that they were able to do, as well as the sheer amount of food that they were able to make for some of these lavish parties that they would host out here at times. You want to know what one of the very first things the colonists did as soon as they settled out here in Berkeley Plantation? They started growing corn. You know what they did as soon as they started growing corn? Over here, they actually had the first distillery in the United States, folks. Yeah, 1620, just a year after they settled this land, and they got some corn. Nope, they didn't just eat it. They started fermenting it, and then they started distilling it into what became known as bourbon whiskey. Yeah, folks, they weren't playing around. They had their priorities rock solid, okay? They grew enough food, then they started growing booze because, let's face it, even in the best of conditions, this area, it's pretty inhospitable. If we'd come out here a month ago, we'd be eaten up by mosquitoes by now. But these folks, they somehow made a foothold, and again, this right here, Berkeley Plantation, is the site of the very first distillery in the United States. Speaking of great mud, though, like, it's funny, we're getting ready to pass by one of my old dealer's places. Well, and this guy used to have some shit. Did I go the... No, I know that I could not have gone the fucking wrong direction.
There's other cars going right this way.
Yeah, I know, but I know I gotta cross the fucking bridge here in a second. Okay, no, I am going the right direction, yes, because this is the fucking street that I thought I was gonna be turning on. But no, this dude used to sell some shit, and it was like this lemon meringue pot, and I swear to fucking God, if it didn't get you high, I would still have bought it and smoked it, because it literally, like, you would lick your lips after taking a fucking hit of the grains of this shit and be like, this is the best fucking meat I've ever fucking tasted in my life.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I used to live right behind this little convenience store over here. I'm like 99% sure that I either lived on this street or one over. Oh, look at that fucking crazy ass mural over there, which we can't see on video, but whatever, fuck it.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, but this is Oregon Hill, and I don't know if it's changed or not, but I mean, this is like, you know, this was the nest of the punk rock scene for a while. It's weird because it's like a lot of rednecks in here, but a lot of fucking like BCU art student gutter punks. I mean, dude, I tell you, some of the fucking craziest parties that I've ever been to in my life were down in this like 6-7 block area right here. Pretty sure we're going in the right direction. See, I do miss living in this neighborhood. Like I was saying that I didn't feel any like nostalgia with Carytown and all that shit, but no, I'm definitely, the nostalgia's definitely hitting me right now. Yeah, I think I lived a block over there, but whatever. But, I mean, you tell all these fucking old-ass houses, they're just absolutely fucking gorgeous. I love this shit. And I love being this close to, like, Bell's Island and shit like that, too. But it's fucking the summertime, man. It's... you sweat. You never stop sweating between the fucking months of, like, April and October. You're either freezing or sweating.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think you made a great point the other day. It's like, if the colony, or if the colonization of North America had happened west to east, they wouldn't have gotten past the Rockies. They'd have been like, yeah, fuck this shit. Like, they never, like, this would have been, like, the most sparsely populated area in the world, because nobody would want to come and fucking settle in a goddamn giant swamp like this.
Yeah.
I always fucking get lost no matter how many times I come down here. Well, I mean, you can't argue that Beavis and Butthead did not have a huge impact on the music scene. And, I mean, that's kind of why we're here in Hollywood Cemetery. Yes, ton of Confederate stuff out here, but, again, other than, I think, Stonewall Jackson and Nathaniel Forrest, I admitted graves. And even though we're out here, I'm not going to go pee on any Confederate graves. The reason we're out here is to pay respects to the legendary Dave Rocky of Gore. Probably one of the coolest things to ever come out of Richmond, Virginia. And, I mean, you and I remember watching Beavis and Butthead in the 90s.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And watching their videos and then freaking the fuck out when we found out, oh my God, these guys are right up the street from us.
Well, the first video game, the whole point of the video game was to sneak into a 21 and up only Gore show.
Exactly.
It's fucking awesome.
And again, you know, unfortunately, Dave passed away a few years ago, but while we're doing this thing out here in Richmond, it's an absolute obligation to come out here and pay respects to one of Richmond's very finest. So
That's some cool stuff. Somebody left him a beer.
the immortal Dave Rocky. There are very few people on this earth that can truly claim to be original, and this motherfucker was definitely one of them. This shitty back lot of a strip mall out here in Denby, Newport News doesn't look like much, but yeah, through that back door, that's actually where I got my start 31 years ago in the restaurant industry. My parents owned the strip club, and then they decided to cash in on the whole hot wings sports bar craze in the early 90s. They opened it in 92. A couple of months later, I started working here as a dishwasher back when I had short hair and could actually pass the drug test, believe it or not. And this is also where I met Brownbeard, the legend himself. He started working here when I was about 17, and he's the guy that kind of rose me from the ranks of being a dishwasher prep cook to actually knowing how to run a fucking line. He's also the guy that, well, taught me how to run a little fucking joint like this. And yeah, back in the day, we were using a lot of Cisco shit like that. I had no expectations of being a chef, but like I said, Sunday football's here. After that, pretty much nothing else has fazed me at all. You know, if you can do that many tickets in that short of amount of time, cooking literally thousands of wings and God knows how many fucking Philly cheesesteaks and Reubens and the other shit that we did. This was the spot for a long time. My family actually held on to it for, I think, 22 years before finally selling it off a couple of years ago. like I said, it doesn't look like much, but humble beginnings, you know what I'm saying? I fucking hate mowing grass, man. I grew up mowing grass. But, well, we got this little space right here we gotta clear out. Because this is getting turned into a pig roasting pit. And, I mean, we got this fairly nice backyard over here. Problem is, Mike's got 3 pit bulls. And they're great dogs, but, I mean, we're roasting a fucking pig. And so we got this nice little fence line back here. And instead of dealing with it in the backyard, we're just going to create this special space and do it the right way. So...
Doesn't look like we're planning a murder.
I mean,
Alright, well,
there is going to be a dead body in here pretty soon.
3 feet because it does dome a little bit. So
Yeah.
3 feet by 3 feet by. Almost. Pretty bad, huh?
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I mean, we spent a couple of hours today, literally a couple of hours mowing and raking and cleaning all this shit.
Nice.
Come on back, take a look.
The same saw I got. Oh yeah, dude. That should never
my
die.
dad's got, brother.
Dude, so yeah, I got 2 of the old 18 volts just with a 20 volt adapter on that bitch. Works great.
Hell yeah. Where do you want to stick the pit up, like over there?
Yeah, well, we were going to leave it up to you, but we got stakes kind of set up. What were we thinking? 4 foot? 8 foot? And then put a fire pit right here to get the coals going. We'll have a table and all that shit set up right here. You get the bricks and everything.
No, it's a lot cooler than towing my smoker out here and doing it too.
Yeah, no shit. No, this is going to be old school style all the
We
way.
don't have a cold smoker, but that's pretty.
Yeah, I mean, building this motherfucker from scratch, like...
When I was a kid, we used to do it this exact same way every fucking year until I was like 16, 17. So that should be cool.
Hell yeah, y'all been doing some weeding and shit, man.
Yeah, motherfucker, we ain't playing around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I figure we'll get this fucker built tonight. Go ahead. I mean, if we got to bring the bricks back here, we may as well line them up as we do it. Get the rebar and all that shit. You said you got chicken wire at Smoke.
Yeah.
So we'll get the bricks, the rebar, and the metal roofing. Bring all that back, get the fucking bricks set up, and go ahead and have a fire in it tonight just to kind of season the bricks a little. And get a nice little bit of ashes down there instead of getting the sand.
You know, and you're on straight dirt, not like grass or anything there, so it'd be all right. And when you're cooking, you don't put the fire right underneath the pig. You put the coals on the four corners.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I knew we were going to have to leave gaps in the bricks, and so I didn't know if we were going to do it in the center of each wall and space them like that, but that's why I didn't want to jump the gun and get anything and start building this motherfucker until we got you over here and you were supervising and being like, this is how we...
You put your bricks down, and you leave one brick space right there for shoveling your coals in, and your second row of bricks, you take and break in half and leave a little lip so that you sit a brick on top of that little lip, and now you got that big area, and you just throw a piece of wood to cover it up when you're not using it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty
See, and that's why you're going to be sitting right here tonight smoking blunts, and you're going to be telling me, Mike, how to fucking do this. All right, let's go get some bricks. You ready to go get some bricks? We're just going straight across Mercury over to the Home Depot right there. Easy breezy. Well, I'm going to fucking say that and curse us. Hey, Brownbeard, we tell you what we want to do with the pig carcass?
Hey, did you look on the Turo app and see if we can rent someone's like Ferrari for an hour for like fucking $100 to go pick the pig?
Well, we were gonna put the pig in the trunk of the Audi that I'm driving and like drive around and just randomly pop the trunk while people are walking behind us. Yeah, I think that that's gonna be down here is where they said the fucking center blocks were. Well, this is where they pointed us out. I said the center blocks were fucking outside.
More chunk in the trunk, trunk.
Yeah.
More chunk in the trunk than a Honda. More chunk in the trunk, trunk. More chunk in the trunk than a Honda. More chunk in the trunk, trunk. More chunk in the trunk than a Honda. More chunk in the trunk, trunk. Bitch was thick, 36 in the hips with teardrop tits and some dick sucking party lips. Pardon me, miss, is this seat taken? I've been watching from across the room, you shaking it. For Christ's sakes, with a face like that. How's your daddy ever hold you back? I got the big white caddy and it's parked in your lot. I'ma drive you Brandon round the block. Lock the door, sit back, recline, and tell the Av what's on your mind. It starts between the legs and crawls up your spine. Pet that kitty, turn a cat into a lion. More chunk in the trunk than a Honda. More chunk in the trunk, trunk. More chunk in the trunk than a Honda. More chunk in the trunk, trunk. More chunk in the trunk than a Honda. More chunk in the trunk, trunk. More chunk in the trunk than a Honda. More chunk in the trunk, trunk. I leaned in for a kiss, and she couldn't resist. Dropped the keys at her hand, grabbed hold of my dick. Bitch was swift with the kung fu grip.
So, something that Brownbeard and I talked about early on with this documentary is that it was going to go just like any catering gig on Earth. It wasn't going to go as planned. And so here it is, Thursday. The original plan was I was going to get up, run a couple errands in the morning, and then meet up with him around 2 o'clock to actually clean the pig and then go out to dinner. Well, this morning got to be a little bit interesting. Got to talk to my family, which is something I don't really do too much anymore. And then as I'm getting ready to go meet up with Brownbeard, he gives me a call. He's doing pretty rough right now, so he got to delay cleaning the pig. And I'm also supposed to be meeting up with literally a dozen people in about 4.5 hours to have dinner so that I can get to bed at 8 o'clock so I can get back up and go do this pig at 2 a.m. And now it's looking like we're probably not going to do the pig until after dinner, which means I'm going to be up for almost 24 hours on next to no fucking sleep. And I'm actually having a blast doing this. No matter what, the pig's going to be fucking awesome. The pit is built. We're ready to do this shit. Just got to clean out some organs and wrap the fucker up in plastic and transport it in the back of an Audi.
It definitely is amazing. I haven't ate it last time.
Somebody put heat on that thing. And we did. We sold the
whole goddamn pig, man. That's what we did here for,
Can you imagine what Rigby's gonna do?
Don't worry, we won't let Rigby do what he wants to do to this pig.
And then the inside, right?
Yeah, you want to go into the morning.
Okay. Damn, you put pig inside a pig. Hell yeah.
Damn, that's what your mama told me.
That's gross. Don't be talking about my mom like that.
Shut up, son.
So the boy is gonna be here. Damn, y'all are getting this. Like, we got this smoothie.
It's 3 a.m. October 13th. I am out here behind smoke waiting on Brownbeard to show up so that we can get the wood, get the pig that we did, load everything up in the back of his truck, and then go right back across town to Mike's house so that we can get the fires going and get this fucking pig going. I'm exhausted as shit, but goddamn, I'm having a great time with these guys. About 4:30 a.m., about to light up the pit, get this fucking pig going. Yeah, we forgot the chicken wire and the charcoal chimneys and a bunch of other shit that we needed, so Brownbeard's actually on his way back. But right now, I gotta get these coals going. turns out doing a pig like this is, well, it takes a lot more wood than you would think, because I had a giant stack right here and it's gone now, okay? But notice that fire, it's about to die, and we sent Brownbeard to go get more wood over an hour ago. But it's Brownbeard, so we're gonna be cutting it real close. The good news is this motherfucker is super hot, and I mean, like, to the point where, like, yeah, you could literally cook like eggs and shit on. I kind of want to, just to see what the fuck would happen, but Brownbeard will be back any minute, and this thing is looking absolutely gorgeous. You can see in there the fucking coals. I don't want to lift the lid on this thing because I don't want to let all the heat escape, but you can see all this nice, beautiful smoke coming out of the top of this. Oh my god, this is going to be so good when it's done.
The ones, the blue canine ones that Mike was talking about.
This is going to be fun.
It's funny how tall you are and how short I am, that I have to stand back.
And me and Mariah do the same shit. How's that looking?
It looks like it's cooking good.
Ashy or?
Yeah, it looks ashy, but you know, we got the apple juice for that.
All right.
But
It smells.
yeah, oh,
Right.
you're getting close.
So should leave the top off the rest of the time?
Now you gotta keep the top on to keep it cooking.
See those little bubbles coming out.
know.
Yeah, I'd get a fork and poke your hands to see what they feel like.
They got a little hot right there.
Your shoulders are starting to feel good.
Yeah, that's what.
So normally I'm used to having to stress out because things are running behind at the last minute. This, well, the pig's done 4 hours early. It's only a 70-pound pig, and so, yeah. Brownbeard went to go take a nap because he's got another pig that he's got to cook tonight. But, yeah, you can see a little bit down in there. You got the cap off, trying to keep it nice and tender, keeping a little bit of coals in there, as you can see. But, yeah, normally I'm used to catering gigs happening at the last second, going, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, people are going to be waiting, people are going to be hungry. No, this time I'm 4 hours ahead of schedule, even though we started a little bit late this morning, even though by late I mean started at 3 a.m. and started at 2 a.m. I am fucking fried. I am exhausted. I've been breathing in smoke and carrying logs and pig and all this other stuff for a long time today. Yeah, I missed 11 hours. But I love it. It's going to be amazing tonight if I can keep my fucking eyes open. I'm going to get another Red Bull. It's filming.
Go on this side so we can see the pig when we pick it up. Get it?
Yeah.
Right, you can see it whenever you want. Get away from that. You're good. Go back to that. No, man. I forgot this part.
All right. Ready to lift this puppy?
Yep, let's do it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Hold that. I'm going to slide this back. Here we go.
Disco.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, back up this one. I'll put the fire down. Oh, yeah, it is going to be so good. I told you we should raise some animals to cook. Fine, I'm not fine. Fine. So we just, we can get
Oh, God, yeah.
You know that they wouldn't let
Yeah, wait.
Fine.
I watched the slaughter. I don't
Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
For the, yeah, just to rinse off. This is why he brought the apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
To rinse off. Oh, that leg broke completely off. That's
It's right here.
No, I know. That's like, that just shows you how
So perfect. That means all the cartilage, all the shit was connecting it
melted it.
completely.
It's fucking melted it.
First time I saw something This thing is awesome.
It's fine.
No, it's so much
burned it.
But Mike
Put it on the cooker.
okay.
And the other one, they processing, but the other one.
You got a cutting board in your house?
Yeah, we'll grab it.
Yeah. You have a cutting board, I'll start.
Wow.
Cutting board and a fork.
I got a big one.
Beautiful.
I'll butcher, but then he makes I'm not an expert with
What?
But
Yeah, perfect.
if you make anything that comes out of a can,
Chop that up.
like
That was a good thing. Spanish girl came. She came over here. That's exactly what she went for. Was for the stick. Yeah. I was like, oh, I didn't know if it was. But he grabbed it. And she was like, no, it's fine. She was like,
changes everything.
so I guess yeah, it's gonna be too.
Yeah,
that's good too.
Like, dude, we'll probably supply the entire.
I was gonna ask you, Seth, how you wanted to break it down. Do you want me to just take it inside for the night and then break it down tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right, work that way. We can videotape everything, breaking it down.
Yep.
Word, hell yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much just gonna be, you know.
Dude, did you get some of the rib meat up in here?
Oh yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
It's 9:54. I've been up since 1:50. Just got back to the room. I'll go deal with the rest of the pig and pulling out the bones tomorrow. Right now, I'm taking a shower and going to bed. Good night. But yeah, I mean, big reason I came out here was to cook a brother, because I've been cooking with the motherfucker for 25 years, and he not only, you know, taught me how to cook, but it's like I was telling your wife, he's the one that gave me that sense of social responsibility to where that's what kept me from going over the edge with my drinking and shit like that. Is because even when I was 17, he was the one telling me, you want to party with the big dogs, cool. Hangovers, that kind of shit, it's not an excuse, because if you show up and your food's subpar, that's impacting the customers, that's impacting the waitresses, that's selfish as fuck. And that mentality has carried me through my life, because I don't give a fuck about dealing with the consequences for my own shit, but I'll be damned if I let you or him or your kids or anybody, my staff, suffer the consequences for that shit. And that's one of the big reasons that he's such an important figure in my life. And then, like I said, him being like this, man, it's rough to see him, but him doing this pig, like, I see the life back in it, because we're doing this shit for the right reasons. We're not doing it because the customer's paying us. And I could have gone anywhere in the fucking world for my vacation this year, and I never take vacations. I just happen to be able to pull, and all I want to do is come here and fucking hang out with you and him and cook a fucking pig. Like,
that was a good time, dude. And yeah, I learned a lot, dude.
No, and now we got a pig that...
the kitchen, yeah, watching them do that to a full-size pig before me was fucking cool.
Well, and now we got something that your kids are going to be able to do for... I mean, that pit ain't going nowhere unless there's a fucking earthquake out here.
Yeah.
And like I told you, you know, I want to make this a yearly tradition and go ahead and just suck it the fuck up and deal with the flight from wherever I'm at. And may not be a week every time, it might only be 4 or 5 days next year, whatever, but next year we won't have to do a full documentary.
Next year we'll have the whole plan down too, like if we know...
We'll be able to get folding tables for sides and...
Well, next year I'll have that metal building garage already up.
Nice.
Concrete slabs. If anything, I'll move the pit right in next to that. So it should have benches and stuff around it, right?
Well, we moved the fire pit. One of the things we fucked up on is that fire pit should have been about 4 or 5 feet further behind.
So because room to turn without bumping.
Yeah, because I was if you noticed that I kept on bumping the fucking lip of that entrance.
There's only 2 solutions to that: using that shorty shovel the whole time instead of a long one, or. Yeah.
But then you catch your hands on fire.
Yeah.
Because I tried to fucking do that. Now you need a good long hand, and that's the thing, is even doing this by my, you know, sitting out there figuring it out. You know, Grandma's pretty much like, yeah, just do da 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 da. And like, even doing that, you're learning your technique on how to get those wood coals going, and it's like, I learned that much doing it once, man. You imagine how much more I'm gonna learn doing it, you know, a lot more. Because I mean, I've done pits or pigs in things like the Langs and stuff like what he's got, but I've never fucking done it old school like this.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it's something, by the time I get really good at it, your kids will be following us, and they'll be up at 4 o'clock in the morning drinking coffee and, you know, wrapping the motherfucker in chicken wire. They'll be holding the battery on the Sawzall.
The next time, too, if we use even just any, like, one of the shitty laser thermometers I got,
yeah.
once we get it up to the desired temperature, if we just dam off one of the, you know, we use less fuel. But it's better to have it perfect the whole time than to keep dropping it low.
Yeah.
Yeah, next time I'll set up some flue doors or something for it.
Well, like I said, it's a learning process, but it was definitely...
Shit, it came out excellent, dude. It wasn't like it was a...
No, I mean,
It was delicious.
I'm a chef, so I'm always gonna fucking critique my shit like that, but...
Yeah, everybody seemed to really like it.
Well, and I really kind of feel like things came around, you know, full circle. I mean, in a weird retrospect. I mean, growing up here and then coming back here and doing this, and now passing this on to your kids. And, you know, planting that seed for the next generation. Because, like I said, you know, even with everything that we spent for that pit, it's still, the pit itself, not including the wood and the pig, less than $300, which that thing's gonna last you a fucking lifetime, unlike some piece of shit, you know, that has, you know, welds and shit like that that's not even worth a damn. Mm-hmm. I mean, a prime example, the one that we fucking used for your wedding 8 years ago, where the fuck is that?
The what?
The grill that we got at Home Depot for your wedding 8 years ago? Mm-hmm. Where's that?
Oh, we tossed it not too long ago. It just recently, like the gas lines and everything were looking like
But you see what I'm saying. Like, that pit out there, you might have to go get another thing of metal grating, but aside from that, it's gonna last you guys a long time.
Yeah, it's really nice. Like I said, if anything, I'll keep the dimensions the same, even if we move it to the side of the garage when it's there. That way we can still use it all the time.
We've done a lot in 8 days, though. We did a lot in fucking 8 days. I need 3 days of sleep now.
Oh, no, I feel it.
And you're going into the shop today, fuck. I'll be flying out of Norfolk and you'll be fucking lighting somebody's ass up. I need to quit smoking and do yoga again. No trip to Richmond would be complete without paying my absolute disrespects to this fucking building. This, for those of you that don't know, is the home of the United Daughters of the Confederacy, aka the Ku Klux Karens. Yeah, these bitches were the ones that were responsible for doing all the fundraising to build these stupid fucking Confederate monuments to glorify a bunch of racist shitheads. And yeah, this was their headquarters. Now, for those of you that think, oh, you know, this guy's just from California, whatever the fuck, I'd like to point something out. See around the corner of that light, you take a left, half a block down was my apartment when I was 18. I used to party here at the Virginia Living Museum. Oh, sorry. Ironically, I'm getting kicked off of the fucking UDC by a fucking, like, huh?
Not up there at all.
Oh, well, I mean, fuck them. They're a bunch of racist Karens, so, I mean, these... Sorry.
I see it like a long time they have, yeah.
I have absolutely zero respect for these bitches. They're the ones who are responsible for putting up a bunch of fucking Confederate monuments and glorifying a bunch of racist, slave-owning cunts, so I have absolutely no respect for them whatsoever. I wrote a book about pissing all over the Confederate monuments, so again, for the record, I'm saying this as Seth McKenzie, they can go fuck themselves. So I just got chased off the fucking property by a black security guard from the United Daughters of the Confederacy. Tell me that fate does not have a fucked up sense of irony, but, well, you heard what I just said. They can all go fuck themselves. I ain't in the mood.